What's going on, guys? It's Pixelated, and today we are looking at a pair of sneakers from sneaker and retail giant Adidas' sister company Reebok. It is a storied sneaker that has been around for over 2 decades and has a rich past. We're talking about the one and only, the Reebok Kamikaze 2s in the black and white OG colorway. This was Shawn Kemp's second signature shoe, the first obviously being the Kamikaze 1, and this was a very well received improvement over the first one. I mean, just look at that thing. The sneaker, first released in 1995, was retroed back in 2012 and is now retroing and re-releasing once again in 2020 on June 25th. I know it's a little late, I'm putting this review out a little late, but I'm putting them all out for you now, so you know. These sneakers retailed for 130 USD and 170 Canadian dollars here in the north and sold out almost instantly in most sizes when they released. Though you can still find a pair here and there in very few sizes. I'll leave a link in the description where you can guaranteed get your size for a good price. So go check that out if you're interested. And I'm not sure what's causing Reebok to do this, but they've really been focusing on some OG models and have been releasing them in many colorways lately, just as we've seen them do with Allen Iverson's Reebok Questions, which I mean, sure, they've been releasing colorways here and there for years on end. I feel like they've really started focusing on it more. And they've even started bringing out the Shaq Attack, which are super cool throwbacks to their time, even the Shaq Gnosis. Maybe it's the recent popularity of a lot of retros, or they just started to dig deeper into the brand's older, more famed, and potentially timeless designs. Whatever the case may be, I'm not mad at these at all. I know they've got a classic ball shoe look, and a lot of people aren't into that. For the most part, I grew out of that a long time ago as well, but there are still a few shoes that bring that excitement back for me, and this is definitely one of those shoes. But before we get any further into that, let's get into the materials. Now, this isn't an overcomplicated shoe by any means, tacked on with a bunch of doohickeys and knickknacks left, right, and center. In fact, it's the complete opposite. The entire upper is made of 2 primary materials, that is black suede or nubuck. I'm honestly not really sure which one it is. I think it's suede, but it does seem to be described as nubuck in a lot of places. And then we have the white leather. Keep in mind, when I talk about upper, I'm talking about the outer shell, not the insides of the shoe that probably consists of some sort of foam and other material for it to hold its shape and to be comfortable. We have this nice felty suede going across the side, eyelets, toe box, and tongue of the shoe. Before looking at any other materials, I want to say, even though this is a retro, they really upgraded the black suede material on this shoe. I haven't owned an older pair, but from what I recall, I remember seeing it being more of a nubuck, having less of this nappy suede feel to it, and instead being more flat and short. If I'm wrong on that, feel free to correct me in the comments, but as far as I can remember, the suede on these is a huge improvement from the OG pairs, even the retro pairs from the past. We have the iconic zigzagging white leather panels running across the outer, lateral side, and inner medial sides. They've got a little bit of puff to them as they protrude and bulge a little further out than the suede, as if they were stitched right on top with some padding in between. This gives the shoe a real prominent standout type of feel, with more layers to keep it interesting. The tongue is made of mesh at the bottom and black suede at the top, with the Reebok branding stitched in white. Another instance we see of branding is on the toe vamp, with the Reebok logo stitched in white once again. And finally, the last bit of branding is on the heel. We have this white leather pull tab and patch with Reebok logo stitched in black this time. We have flat black laces, and the inner of the shoe is made of mesh fabric. Moving on to the midsole, it carries the same design motif of having the black and white zigzagging patterns, continuing on from the upper with black textured portions and white painted over portion. On the outsole, we have some grooves for traction, a Reebok logo in white, and 2 exposed portions showing off the Hexalite cushioning tech. Now, Reebok has had Hexalite cushioning tech for ages, and in some shoes I don't really feel it that much, like the ventilators for example, but these you can definitely feel the cushioning. Oh yeah, and for you boost heads, yes, there were shoes that exposed their cushioning tech from the bottom before Yeezys. When it comes to sizing, I got these in my true to size 10, and they fit perfectly. There is no reason for you to size down or up in these. True to size fits perfect. If there's one thing I can give Reebok credit for, is that they've been the most consistent for sizing for me, and that it's always been true to size for me with them. When it comes to comfort, I gotta say, for a shoe that came out in 1995, holy balls does it still hold up. The shoe feels nice and supportive, not exactly like today's basketball shoes, but for the most part it's a high top, and that alone is supportive enough. But on top of that, these shoes are surprisingly much lighter than they look, and that Hexalite cushioning feels super comfy under the foot. At first glance, you don't really expect these features from the shoe, but this shoe has pleasantly surprised me. For a shoe that holds so much history, it holds up really well today as a comfortable sneaker and a timeless silhouette. The OG black and white colorway is super contrasty, and that might not be the vibe for some people, but at the same time, I know a lot of people are gonna love it. Plus, it makes it easier to style these shoes. Black and white is a really versatile combo, and it can really be worn with almost anything. Most people picking these up will definitely be picking them up for casual wear, but as far as basketball goes, these can definitely still be worn on the court as well. Now, although most sizes of these are sold out in most places, if you play your cards right, you can definitely get these for a steal, maybe even below retail, and you're guaranteed your size at the link below in the description. So if you're interested, definitely go ahead and check that out. As time goes by, we get collab after collab, you know, all these modern silhouettes or all these modern takes on older silhouettes. It's refreshing to go back in time and just look at something as iconic as the Reebok Kamikaze 2 OG in the black and white colorway. Shawn Kemp was arguably one of the best Seattle Supersonics players to grace the court, and this shoe is a testament to his legacy and is a testament of just how rich of a basketball sneaker history Reebok has. What did you guys think about the shoe? Are you rocking with it? If not, what are you rocking and why? Let me know in the comments. Please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Catch you in the next one. Pixelated is the Rain Man. Not really.